Hey viewers and friends, horror fans, welcome to another horror DVD and Blu-ray update where I go through my recent pickups. So let's get straight into it. So the first one I'm going to show is an Australian horror film that came out in 2009, I think it was, and that's The Loved Ones. This wasn't too bad actually. I didn't really know what to expect going into it. I'd heard a lot of really positive things about it, and overall I thought it was good but not great. It's basically revolves around Australian high school students, and it's set on the eve of their prom night or their formal or whatever you want to call it, and it centres around a character called Brent who gets asked out by a girl in school called Lola. He rejects her offer because he's already going with someone else, and she gets really annoyed, so he ends up getting kidnapped by the father and tortured at their place. It's basically a teenage torture movie, and I thought it was okay, but a lot of the torture to me was sort of overdone, I thought. Really brutal. It made me cringe a lot, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but I don't know, just the way that it was done for the age of the actors, and I'm guessing the sort of teenage target audience they were trying to go through or go for, it was just kind of a little bit too much for me, and it kind of got ridiculous because at a certain part with one of the torture scenes a certain character should have died but did not. And yeah, it was, I don't know, a little bit too overdone, I think, but I'll probably give this one a separate review because I don't think a lot of people have seen it, and I'd like to go a bit more in depth with it. It was good but not great. The next one I picked up is Halloween 4, The Revenge of Michael Myers, but it should have been titled Halloween 4, The Revenge of Awesome Michael Myers. Everyone knows what this is about. Another great entry to the Halloween series and one of my favourite sequels. Really good. Next up is the remake of Night of the Living Dead. This was brilliant. I can probably safely say that I do actually prefer this over the original, which surprised me because I'm a massive fan of the original, but this is just a classic zombie movie. Awesome looking zombies. The makeup and special effects were really good. I thought they were great, and I loved the slow moving zombies. I've seen a lot of the more recent zombie movies where they're fast, but it was good to watch something that had a bit more of a classic sort of slow moving feel to it. But if you haven't checked this one out, definitely do so. Brilliant movie. The next movie probably won't interest a lot of my viewers, but whatever, I picked it up and enjoyed it, and that is Hellbent. It's basically a gay slasher flick about 4 guys who go out to a West Hollywood Halloween party. It's set on Halloween night, and it's great. There's a lot of awesome costumes. It's got a great Halloween feel to it, and there's some really cool masks as well. Basically, the 4 guys get stalked by this killer who wears a devil's costume, carries a sickle, and basically slashes his victims. Some of the kills were pretty cheesy, but there were some pretty awesome kills throughout, and yeah, for what it was, it turned out to be a lot better than I was expecting. So if this sort of movie's your thing, I'd highly recommend checking it out. Next up we have Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. Don't really need to go into detail about this one, as the majority of you have seen it. Another brilliant addition to the franchise, and it's my favourite Friday the 13th movie. Best Jason in the series as well. I loved how menacing he was, but yeah, great movie. The next 2 or 3 movies technically I haven't seen yet, and The first one up is His Name Was Jason. This is the 2-disc documentary on the Friday the 13th franchise. Heard mixed things about it. Some people like it, some people don't. But I'm a fan of the series, so I wanted to check it out, and I love horror documentaries as well, so His Name Was Jason. And the last pickup is another Blu-ray, and this got recommended to me from a few people over at the horror community chat. Yet to check it out, but it's Black Sheep and Severance, the 1-disc double feature Blu-ray. Heard a lot of good things about both films, so looking forward to checking this one out. And that's it for this update. Let me know what you think of my pickups, and as always, thanks for watching.